Hi guys, this is Pushkar and Akshay from Doctru. This is the patient side WhatsApp. So all the patient has to do is send hi to your number, and it asks for book an appointment, change the language, or book for someone. The patient just has to select book an appointment. Once selected, it pops up when you want to come in. We have a weekly pattern, so for the sake of the demo, we'll select today. Once that's done, it will pop up the available doctors that are there for today. We can also inculcate specializations and different locations. Once you select which doctor you want to see, we pop up when the patient wants to come in, afternoon or evening. The patient can just select when he is comfortable and he selects evening session. Depending on the availability of slots for the doctor, the patient selects a certain slot. Once the patient confirms the slot, we send in a confirmation message which says, "Hey, your appointment is booked for Dr. Riya Shetty for this date at this time." In this confirmation message, we've sent something called check queue status and something called get directions. Get directions is the maps link where it'll take you directly to the Google Maps link. And if you see, there's also something called check queue status where whenever the patient clicks on check queue status, he gets a real-time update about how many people are there before him, is the doctor there or not, what's the ongoing token number, and what will be the next available token. Every time they click on check queue status, they have a real-time update. Thank you. Here you can see the Doctor dashboard where you can see waiting time then, waiting time now, the total number of bookings, the doctors under different specializations. There's the booking statistics and the no-show overview statistics. Let's move towards doctors. And in doctors, there are doctors listed under different specializations. And there are two aspects to it. One is view queue and view calendar. Let's cover view queue first. So when we click on view queue, we are taken to the doctor's queue tab. Here there are two kinds of queues. There is the booking queue and an in-clinic queue. Booking queue is everybody who's been scheduled by sending hi to your number on WhatsApp. Let me just add my co-founder Akshay's number, which I want uh, to go to. And there are different booking types like booking, walk in, follow up, and WhatsApp video consult. There's also relations, and just enter the gender, select which slot, and book an appointment. It's as simple as this. So, once the appointment has been booked, you can see that there are two patients in the book queue. In clinic queue is everybody who's there sitting on your sofas in your OPD. Now, the only way for a patient to come from booking queue to in-clinic queue is when the front desk checks them in. In-clinic queue also includes the walk-ins which have been added. In booking queue, the patients get a slot, and in clinic queue, they get a token number. There is also something called doctor check-in, which is a measure of the queue has started or not. Let's say Akshay and Pushkar have come to the OPD. The front desk identifies them and just checks them in. Now, when the check-in happens, Akshay and Pushkar get token number one and token number two. Uh, all the doctor has to do now is press next patient, and Pushkar gets an update saying that you please proceed to the consultation room, and Akshay gets an update that hey, you're next. So if there are any patients in the booking queue, they can click on check your status and get a real time update of what's happening. Um, all the doctor has to do is just call the next patient. We also have a TV display where the in clinic queue can be seen. Where let me just open it up. Let me just open my the TV display as well, and we can see the in clinic queue with the the patient's name being called out. So here, I hope you can see the screen where uh, there is token number one, there is ongoing, and there is next patient, and it's in something called carousel view, and we can now just click next patient, and yeah, Akshay gets please proceed with the consultation group. And once the patient is completed, the patient gets a feedback link where they can choose to give feedback from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only if they choose 4 or 5, we pop up a Google review link so that if their experience is bad, we don't want that to go on your reviews. Rather, if their experience is good, we can actually nudge them to give you guys a review. Right now, we can also schedule a follow up for another day. Just in a few simple steps like this, I'm going to schedule a follow up for Akshay to tomorrow for the same. And so it says, yeah, I'm going to book an appointment for him again. Uh, the other part of what we wanted to show you was something called View Calendar, where under View Calendar, the doctor has direct access control where he can immediately change the start time and end time on that specific day. And he can also choose to switch off availability where we send a cancellation message, which is at your discretion. To go more deeper into it, every part of your session, every part of a doctor's session is editable from the timings, not only the timings, but the duration for which they want to see each patient and also the queuing algorithm itself. What I showed you is a slot token queuing algorithm where in the booking queue they get a slot and in clinic queue they get a token number. If the doctor don't doesn't want to do that, he can just go with a token system where you get a token on booking and a token on checking in, or a slot system which is pretty straightforward. Or if you don't want any kind of representation, there's just a session based thing where you send them a confirmation and once the patient is checked in, they find themselves on the TV, or we can pop up the token number then as well. So now the question is, if you were taking your 4-year-old kid to Narayana Hridayalaya for a consultation, how's your patient experience before and after Doctor? So thank you so much for listening to us.